Guys, this is going to be my biggest NFL Sunday video yet this entire season, ever since I started this channel. Guys, I have 6 picks. 6, I can't even fit on one hand. 6 picks for you today. All right, we're going for a 40x nuke on this NFL Sunday. Plus, I'm giving you a Sunday night video as well. I'll have 3 more picks there. So I have 9 total picks for NFL Sunday, and then I'll have Monday night picks as well, as I always do. All right, guys, this might be a little bit longer video, but guys, I absolutely love this slate on NFL Sunday. All right, and I'm taking my picks for this NFL Sunday slate on Chalkboard. All right, new users can use my code TEACH10 when you sign up. You'll get a 100% match up to $100 bonus cash on Chalkboard. Okay, and guys, if you aren't on Chalkboard, you can also use Betr as well. Same promo code TEACH10. New users get a free $10 just for signing up, all right? And then you'll also get up to $200 bonus on your first deposit. And if you don't like any of my 6 picks, you can swap it out with Mahomes free square, or you can add it in to boost it to what, I don't even know what that multiplier would be if you had 7 picks, but it'd be crazy, all right? So guys, you can do that. Mahomes just has to throw for 1 passing card, and you guys cash and boost your multiplier, okay? Guys, let's go ahead and hop right into today's picks. I got 6 of them. Man, I am so excited. Man, I've been loving this NFL Sunday slate. All these NFL Sunday games. This NFL season's been incredible. All right, starting us off for our first pick, James Cook. Oh, man, I love James Cook, man. James Cook over 120.5 rushing and receiving yards. I mean, this dude's been an absolute fantasy monster. He's been a fantasy monster in one of my leagues, so absolutely love him. And he's just a stat monster as well. All right, over 120.5. He's gone over this in 6 out of 12 games at a 50% clip. Hit it in the last couple of games. The line's been kind of fluctuating a little bit, as you can see here in the top right. It's been kind of bouncing around a little bit. All the lines kind of have right now. I'm recording this like Saturday evening, so just bear with me with the lines. You know, I would still take these lines roughly right around where they're at, but anyways, taking it at 120.5, over 120.5. Really simple here. Here's what I like about this pick. All right. This Cincinnati defense is so bad, like historically bad. Look, 31st in the league in rushing yards allowed, 30th in the league in receiving yards allowed, and against running backs, they're worse. They're somehow worse than 30th, right? 31st and 30th, 32nd and 30th in rushing yards and receiving yards, respectively, against running backs. Look at this. They're giving up almost 130 rushing yards per game and almost 40, and giving up 46 receiving yards allowed per game to just the running back position alone. That's just the running back position alone. We know how good James Cook is against like average defenses and what he can do. I mean, look at these games. Against Steelers, bad defense. Against the Texans, like top 3 defense in the league, goes over, has 129 combined rushing and receiving yards. That doesn't tell you all you need to know. I mean, I think this game between the Bengals and the Bills is going to be a fun game now with Joe Burrow's back. I think it should be a fun, high-scoring affair, or at least a lot of stats put up on the stat sheet if there's not a lot of scoring. Teams moving the ball up and down the field. But holy, man. And then I just want to show you guys this down here. This is absolutely shocking. All right. Look at some of these numbers that the Bengals defense has given up. They gave up 198 combined rushing and receiving yards to Kyle Monangai, over 100 plus to Kenny Gainwell, 81 to Travion Henderson, 104 to Derrick Henry. Kenny Gainwell's not even the starter. He's not even the starter, and he's getting over 100 plus combined. James Cook is the workhorse for this team, and let's see, rush. Look at this. He has over 60% of their rushing attempts. The next highest is Josh Allen, who's not even a running back. They have a few other running backs they let play, but it's the James Cook show. It has been all season. Josh Allen's been good this year, but he hasn't been like MVP Josh Allen caliber level. Yeah, James Cook's going way over in this game. I mean, I feel like I want to pick this play every single week just because James Cook is so awesome to watch, and he just is electric. But yeah, that's my favorite play of the day. All right. Actually, no, it is. Yes, it is my favorite play of the day. Sorry. I almost didn't want to make it my favorite play of the day, but yes, it is my favorite play of the day. Going to be absolutely awesome. Now we're sticking in this game for our second pick. Okay. We're going with the other running back for the Bengals. We're going Chase Brown over 71.5 rushing and receiving yards. This was really interesting looking at this stat. All right. I know it says 70.5 on the screen right here. We're taking it 71.5. This was really interesting, something I saw when I was doing the research. So going back to last season, 2024, look at Chase Brown's stats against this line. All right, he hit this. He hit 70.5. in 9 out of 16 games. Look at the first 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. He only went once over this line the first 8 games, and then hit it in the last 8 games straight, and had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games where he went 100 plus over combined. That is crazy. But what's even crazier, you go to 2025, he's doing the same exact thing. He's on the same exact pattern. Crazy. First 6 games, only goes over once. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, last 6 games, he's gone over 100 plus combined every single game. And he's gone against tough defense. He went to top 5 New England defense and did it. That's where he actually got the most at 130. A lot of these defense, some of these other defenses are bad, but oh my God, he's doing the same thing as last year. Is Chase Brown just like, it gets to like October, it starts to get a little colder, and Chase Brown just gets better? Does Chase Brown just get better as it gets colder? Look at this game, early November. It's like it gets cold out, and Chase Brown just comes out of hibernation. It's like comes out of like reverse hibernation. Actually, I like blew my mind when I saw the pattern, and I jumped all over it. I almost want to make this my favorite play just because of this trend pattern alone, but also, the Bills are not a great rushing defense either, just like the Bengals are. All right, they're 30th in the league in rushing yards allowed, giving up over 140 yards per game. They are the best defending team in terms of receiving yards, so they pass defend well, but they do not defend the run very well. All right, and against running backs, similar story. 30th in rushing yards allowed to running backs, 4th in receiving yards allowed to running backs. Even with Joe Burrow coming back, he still knows how vital Chase Brown is to this offense, and I see no reason why he's going under this line. 71.5 feels like I'm missing information almost. It's like, do they not see this? I mean, it genuinely shocked me when I saw this trend. He literally is doing the same exact thing as last season. It gets cold. The colder, there should be a graph. The colder it gets, all right, the more the temperature drops, the more Chase Brown's rushing and receiving yards go up. I'm borderline speechless. Like, look at this. Rushing attempts, still getting like 15, 16, 17 rushing attempts per game, kind of bumped up in the last 3 games here. Receptions, getting a lot more targets, especially in these last like 4 games, so that's awesome as well. Yeah, we're going to need all the opportunities for Chase Brown to get over this line. This might be a little bit ignorant, but like I think this line could hit in the first half. I mean, with the way I think this game is going to go and how bad the Bills' run defense is, I'm it's insane. Yeah. Anyway, love this Chase Brown play. I think that trend was just so cool to see. But let's keep it rolling because we still have 4 more picks to get to. All right, their third pick here. We're going David Sills, the 5th, under 22.5 receiving yards. Why? Because he hasn't done it all season. Look at all these zeros, all these goose eggs up here. Now you're like, well, the last 3 games he's actually had some reception, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't know, whoever it is, Michael Penix or Kirk Cousins playing. Yeah, Kirk Cousins playing. Yeah, he's getting the ball a little bit more. But yes, but also no. 4 targets most recently. It's kind of ramped up a little bit, but only 4 targets. Only catching the ball twice. 54% target reception to target ratio. Still not great. Only 8.5 yards per reception is not the best. Also, looking at this matchup against the Seahawks defense is really good too, man. They're fun to watch as well. They're 16th in the league in receiving yards allowed. All right, not great. They're 2nd in the league in receiving yards allowed to wide receivers. So they just don't defend well against tight ends and running backs, but they defend very well against receivers, 2nd best in the league, all right? If they're only giving up this many yards per game to wide receivers, and David Sills doesn't do this against teams where, he should be even just getting like, he could just get this in 1 catch, honestly. You just get 1 good play downfield, like you get this. But he just doesn't get any opportunities. He never goes over this line. It feels way too easy, even with a few more catches he's had in recent games with Kirk Cousins playing. Not going over this line at all. Yeah, so pretty quick and simple on that one. Okay, now, pick number 4. Pick number 4, going Lamar Jackson, under 18.5 completions, passing completions. I don't know why I had to clarify that. Under 18.5 completions. All right, here's why. In 2025, he's only gone over this line twice. He did it in back-to-back games, but he's only 19 completions, so 1 over, and then 21 completions, so 3 over, right? So it's not like he's blowing this out of the water. And everyone and their mother knows that Lamar Jackson is not healthy. Doesn't matter that he's playing right now. He is not healthy. I would not be surprised if he has a torn hamstring. All right. He's been dealing with the hamstring issues. He like kind of practices, but then he says he doesn't. The Ravens are like, oh yeah, he was a full participant, but then he's limited or whatever. He's just not fully practicing. He is not healthy, and he is not the same player with these. One of my friends, like, they started calling him like Grandpa Lamar. That's how bad he looks out there. He looks like he's lost like all his infinity stones out there. Just does not look like the same player whatsoever. The Steelers' pass defense, not that great, honestly. Look, yeah, third worst in the league in passing attempts allowed. Okay, you can allow as many passes as you want. Players still got to catch them. Who's catching balls for this Ravens team? Zay Flowers hasn't really been doing it that much this season. Mark Andrews, sure. Isaiah Likely, kinda, yeah. Who else? DeAndre Hopkins is on the Ravens. Bet you kind of forgot about that because he doesn't seem to do anything. All right. And Lamar has lost his superpowers since he can't escape the pocket and extend plays and make those extra completions. All right. So another thing that I really love about this play. Scrolling down here, he only attempts just over 25 passes per game. Right? So if he has to complete, if he has to complete 19 passes, 19 or 20 passes to go over, so 20 out of 25, I'm dumb. That's 4 out of 5. 80%. He has to have like a 80%, like 75 plus completion percentage and to go over this line. I don't think so. I mean, Lamar is historically known for having good completion percentage and being very efficient when he's healthy, but when he's not healthy, 59% completion percentage, 56, 57, 53. 4 straight games under 60% completion percentage. I do not see him going over this line out well. I don't care that the Steelers defense is this bad. When these two teams play, this is one of the fantastic rivalries in football. When these two teams play, just throw the record books out. It is going to be a sloppy mess, and there's usually not going to be a ton of points anyways. No way he goes over this line. All right. Heading into our 5th pick for NFL Sunday, we're going Tyjae Spears over 15.5 receiving yards. Here's why. He's hit this in 7 out of 8 games that he's played in this 2025 season. Missed it in this game against the Cardinals. Cardinals are very good at defending passes against running backs or receiving yards against running backs. Because I remember I lost that similar stat on Christian McCaffrey when the Cardinals played the 49ers. I took Christian McCaffrey over receiving yards, and he just did not do well against the Cardinals. Cardinals are good at defending running backs out of the backfield, catching the football. All right. As you can see here, like, pretty healthy in some of these games. I mean, he's hit it in 7 straight, so I love that. Really not much to it other than I just trust that he's just going to keep getting some receptions. What I really loved about this, his reception to target ratio. 3.5 receptions per game on average on 3.8 targets, a 92% reception to target ratio per game. We absolutely love that. He's only dropped 2 passes, right? 2 passes out of how many? I mean, I'm not going to count right now, but he's only dropped 2 passes out of like 20 to 30 or whatever. I absolutely love that. Caught 6 passes. Look at the last 3 games. 5 catches on 5 targets, 4 catches on 5 targets, 6 catches on 6 targets. Absolutely love that. He hasn't had less than 3 receptions in a game. Doesn't matter who they're playing, divisional opponent or not. Now, the Browns are very good, and what I like about not very good overall, excuse me, I would stop that. I meant to say the Browns' defense is very good, as you can see here over on the right. 3rd in the league in receiving yards allowed, and top 11 in the league in receiving yards allowed to running backs. But the thing about the Browns' defense is they thrive off the edges, Myles Garrett and what's that guy? The guy from Michigan, rookie from Michigan. What's his name? I forget his name. Oh my God, I'm blanking. Anyways, but they rely on Myles Garrett to get to the quarterback very quickly, and that's how he succeeds and why he gets a ton of sacks. and what keeps the Browns in some of these games. Now, but if Myles Garrett is getting to the quarterback quickly, Cam Ward is going to have to get rid of the ball quick. Who is he going to throw to? He's going to get to Tyjae Spears in the flat. He's going to say, hey, we're going to draw plays just for Tyjae because we know Myles Garrett's going to come quick off that line. We're just going to dump it off right to him, right where Myles Garrett's coming from. All right? So love him to go over in this line. I think he goes over easy. Okay? Now, to round us out for NFL Sunday, my favorite pick. No, not my favorite pick. I was going to make this my favorite pick. I was flirting with the 3 running backs, which one to make my favorite pick. It's the James Cook's my favorite pick. All right. But I do love this pick. Devon Achane over 116.5 rushing and receiving yards. Now here's why. Okay. He's only hit this in 4 out of his 10 games. You're probably like, oh, TJ, this is going to be that one leg you lose. Yeah, I'm sure I probably won't hit all 6 picks in a row, right? Guys, there's always ups and downs with all these picks. Nothing is guaranteed when you're betting on sports. All right. But look in these 10 games, he's averaging 120.7 rushing and receiving yards combined, just a little over the line that it's set at right now. Line's kind of been fluctuating a little bit. There was that 119.5 at one point, kind of been bopping up and down between 116.5 and 119.5 as well. But look in these last 10 games, he's going a little bit over this line. Look at these last 3 games, 225 combined rushing and receiving yards, 165, 134. Now, yeah, Bills are your top defense against this, but Commanders aren't great defense. Saints are the Saints. Saints just aren't very good. The Jets are terrible. This is not a secret. Everyone knows the Jets suck. This is a divisional game, so you kind of like, oh, well, that may change things. Nah, not really. I don't think so. Jets, 25th in the league in rushing yards allowed, giving up 130 rushing yards per game. 8th in the league in receiving yards allowed, giving up a little over 200 receiving yards per game. So top 10 defense in that respect. But against running backs, they're slightly better against rushing yards, giving up a little over 100 rushing yards per game. But they're worse in receiving yards, giving up almost 30 receiving yards per game to running backs. Devon Achane is one of those running backs who can excel out of the backfield, catching the football as well. It's a big part of his game, as you can see in some of these games, like 51, 45 receiving yards. Really awesome, but he really thrives on the rushing yards, honestly. And looking down here, some of these this last game that was played between the Falcons and the Jets, look at this. The Jets allowed Bijan Robinson to go for 193 combined rushing and receiving yards, and then they allowed Tyler Algier in the same game to go over his line as well. They're really bad. They've had some good games mixed in as well, but they let Travion Henderson absolutely ball out on them in that Thursday night game where he went for 3 touchdowns. All right, but yeah, I absolutely love this. Achane is an absolute firecracker, an electric player to watch. He's absolutely going over this line. All right, guys, I know this has been a bit of a longer video, but we're going to recap real quick, okay? All right, here's the 6 picks. All right, James Cook over 120.5 rushing and receiving yards. In the same game, Chase Brown over 71.5 rushing and receiving yards. David Sills under 22.5 receiving yards. Lamar Jackson under 18.5 passing completions. Tyjae Spears over 15.5 receiving yards, and Devon Achane over 116.5 rushing receiving yards. Guys, I hope you absolutely love these picks for NFL Sunday. Again, I'm still going to give out 3 more picks for NFL Sunday Night Football, the Sunday Night Football game, Texans Chiefs. I'm going to do that as a separate video and post that maybe in the morning of NFL Sunday. I don't know if I want to post it at night as well. I'll give some time to breathe for this video, and then I'll have Monday night videos. But man, I hope you guys enjoy these picks for NFL Sunday. This is my biggest video yet. I'm so excited. I have so many picks. It's going to be so much fun to watch, and I will see you guys for Sunday Night Football picks and then for Monday Night Football as well.